How about that? Wasn't that lovely? How about that? Wasn't that lovely? There we go. Oh, I had some issues with microphone. Sorry for the technical difficulty there. So I apologize for that. Hey, that's why it's live. It's not Memorex. So real quick, if you've been watching on what in the world has he been talking about? Anyway, so what we're looking at is a severe thunderstorm warning here, and it does include more in Franklin counties. Doesn't include all of Franklin. Yeah, I know it was muted. There's something going on there. Yeah, some issues. Um, Sorry about that. I had some issues with the microphone. It muted itself and then it unmuted itself and then it muted itself again and I don't know. That was weird. Anyways, so I apologize for that. So real quick, um, the concerning thing for me sometimes on severe thunderstorm warnings is when they put a tornado possible tag on it. And so what they're looking at is they could see this is not going to be like a supercell hook echo kind of deal, but what I'm noticing is a couple of things. You saw me illustrate it even though I didn't you couldn't hear me there for a second. Is kind of this area here where it wants to turn in and any of these little spots, little undulations where you've got that broken segment and you've got some wind trying to feed into this like an updraft to kind of rotate it ever so slightly. It's more of what a QLCS tornado would look like, a squall line versus just a supercell tornado. That's any of the risk that we would have at this current time. And guess what? It's a marginal risk day. So oftentimes I say, hey, one or two storms could get snippety, but the last time we had a tornado touchdown, just so you all know, it was a marginal risk day, believe it or not, over here in Franklin County. So really, my guys in Moore County and Franklin County that we're covering right now, the brunt of this really hasn't hit you yet. They've kind of issued this downstream just to kind of be more preemptive right now. And so just keep that in mind. Keep in mind that when I'm looking at the worst of the rain, and really right now I'm just looking at velocity. So let me go back here. I mean, it's raining in Moore County. It's raining in parts of Franklin County. Tullahoma proper, it's not really, we've not been included in any kind of warning yet. And that would be something that the National Weather Service and office in Huntsville and Nashville talk together about, especially in some of these situations where the weather forecasting offices like Tullahoma sits on that line. But really, you can see, the brunt of the storm really is here in Lincoln County right now. That's the main part that is issued the warning. And so let me kind of read a little bit of it so I can let you know kind of what to expect here. So, on this severe thunderstorm warning, we're looking at winds of 60 miles an hour. That's pretty much what the SPC had outlined. There may be some hail, but it's not the severe limit. It's close, but an inch hail would be. And let's see how fast this is moving. So, wow, that's crazy. Moving east at 35 miles an hour. So, what we can do is I'm going to put a track on this, and they've got some new stuff built into Radar Omega. So if I do this the wrong way the first go around, don't get upset at me. But I'm gonna try to let's see here. All right. It's like they've updated all this stuff and they change. Yeah, that's not exactly what I needed to do. Let's trash can that. I need to get there. We go. So I would say here, 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 and it's going east. I think it was what was the speed on that? Is it going to give me anything here? Let's see here. Speed is 35 miles an hour. I had to change that. They've changed all this stuff on me, which is good. I haven't used it in a while. That's a good thing. I was telling some people. So this will kind of give you an idea right now of timing on that storm. And so, like I said, I've got it with the most active radar returns here from the DBZ on reflectivity. So if you can look here, it's kind of a newer update. I can kind of zoom into some of these locations. So Boonville, you're looking right about 8 o'clock. Lynchburg about 8:07. Jack Daniels, man, they got Jack on here now. Looking at about 8:04. Ridgeville, Center Grove. Let's see, Ridgeville's 8:13. Center Grove would be 8:21. Pleasant Grove 8:22. Estill Springs would be 8:29. That's if it holds its current speed right now. And so these things, when they tend to issue severe thunderstorm warnings, some of this stuff could speed up or slow down. Those winds inside start churning. So I'm going to see real quick if I can turn this over to velocity. Oh, perfect. Okay. And so that's exactly what I want to be looking at. The main, if I'm looking at this, absolutely, you're going to see little pockets right here of that severe wind, even down here. So I didn't really include Huntland in part of that. I don't really have anybody that's viewing me from Huntland. So power's out in Estill. That's good to know. We've had, believe it or not, we've had some severe wind gusts reported ahead of this line, even before the rain got here. So that is not out of the question. We've had gusts of like 55 miles an hour in parts of North Alabama. So to knock power out, I mean that's not severe thunderstorm warning wind, but that's enough to knock down a limb. And if it hits the power line the right way, that's all it takes. And so what I'm really just kind of watching, I'm gonna turn the track off. Let's see if I can do that. Perfect. Okay, good. What I'm looking at, I'm really looking here. This would be on the north side of Lynchburg, and I'm kind of looking here, but right now, that's not really the concern. That may clip uh southern Moore County into Franklin County, but I'm not even concerned that it may get there. So what I'm gonna do, I guess I can turn that off. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off right now. I'm gonna come back up here. It's kind of where you have this issue right here where you start seeing that little turn, that little notch. It's hard to see on radar because if I pull up just the normal radar with reflectivity, it kind of gets buried with a lot of rain. It's kind of hard to see that. Definitely some heavy rain coming through though, getting ready to enter right in that extreme northwest section there of Moore County. So anyways, yeah, I just want to give you guys a heads up of what's going on. Real quick, I'm gonna go check. I've got another screen up here that I look at, see what's going on. Perfect. Yeah, I had a bunch of people asking about, a tornado watch, and honestly, they've issued some mesoscale discussions for us, and they didn't include us in the watch, and they wanted to do that kind of precautionary, and I'm glad that they did. We just had just a little enough that's made its way up to southern Middle Tennessee that's warranted that. Because if I zoom out and see the big picture, there's nothing north of us. We are the northern end of the extent of any severe weather. And then yeah, it goes down here into parts of Alabama, which don't really, that's not my coverage area and that's not my concern. But definitely you can see those purples in there. So I'm definitely thinking that there's probably hail embedded in some of those purples. So let me look at Ville data real quick. That's not quite up to date yet. But anyways, I'm gonna go back over to velocity and just kind of watch this thing. We still have about 46 minutes on us to the severe thunderstorm warning. And so again, golly, sorry, this mouse can get finicky. So if you get a little car sick there for a second, I apologize. Again, we're just kind of watching this. It's not officially into what I cover because I cover Moore County, Franklin County, and I cover my hometown here of Tullahoma. So just kind of watching that to see what's going on. But right now, Tullahoma, nothing's really been issued for us. Nothing of concern just yet. I'm going to be on here anyway, so if they do get a severe thunderstorm warning, I'll let you know. And so again, just kind of watching this to see what ends up happening tonight. It is a week from Christmas and we have severe weather. So there you go. That just goes to show you you can't ever let your guard down any time of the year. So, anyways, we just keep going back to this. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning out. It does include Moore and Franklin counties. Right now, that threat is not even into those counties yet. The National Weather Service has kind of issued that downstream. Um, yeah, it will get definitely interesting. You may have to kind of watch definitely any areas that you're spotting. Make sure you got a good clear view. I would say Moore County definitely has some good hills. I'd try to get on top of one of those. That's the thing, man. Spotting down here can be quite the pain just because of the topography. A lot of rolling hills. And so now that line has kind of ushered its way in right here. That lady's update was at 7:46. You can't see it. It's off screen where my camera and everything is. Um, on the screen. So this just updated itself. I'm gonna go back here and let's see here, kind of zoom back in to that very tip. That was that part that I was kind of looking at. I've seen that stuff kind of spawn some warnings before, some tornado warnings, and so nothing to be concerned with yet. And it's kind of actually weakened out a little bit, but that line right there is definitely strong. That wind that's coming right into Fayetteville, probably up down 231 there. So, we just, like I said, just kind of keep a watch on it. Hopefully, you know what? I just hope nothing happens. A big nothing burger is a good thing for me. But we just keep watching. We've got about 43 more minutes if that's what the National Weather Service wants to do. And so the main reason of concern is you definitely come on here for severe thunderstorm warnings, but we've got a tornado possible tag. And so that means that they're noticing some weak rotation, nothing very specific, kind of broad. It's that area that I was talking about up here, and there may be little pieces down through here as well that they just kind of look at from scan to scan. And so you don't always get a tornado possible tag. The last time we had a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, we ended up having a tornado warning for Franklin County right around if memory serves me correct, it was by the drive-in theater. Nothing touched down that time, but we definitely could see it. So just want to keep an eye out for it. So I'm gonna go in here and see if I can kind of calculate some of these winds we've got going on right along this line. Really, what you want to look for is you want to look for my color code. You want to start looking for those really light greens, almost white. That's going to get you in that 55-mile-an-hour range, which is pretty close to severe limits. 58 miles an hour would be. And so you have to also understand something too. There's a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust down here. These are winds, just so we all know. I'll give you a little while we're kind of waiting on some things to pop in here. I'll give you a little tutorial, being albeit that my day job is a teacher. And so when you've got the radar site down here, high top, hitting these storms, it's a little over 3,000 feet up. And so we're looking at what winds are 3,000 feet up, and which part of this makes it down. So that's why, I was a spotter for 15 years before I got more into this side of it. And that's why people like spotters are very important. They give us the ground truth that we need. So some of this is reaching the ground. It looks like the most severe looking pocket is more down here now, but we still have that little notch that I'm looking at. But again, it's not anything that's super concerning right now. So just gonna kind of take a second here, just just chillax, watch this for a minute. I don't really see again any other concerns right now that's super warranted. I would just say if you've got it's too late at this point. If you haven't been outside to take care of Bluey and Santa, Bluey and Santa may be three doors down, and I don't mean the band either. Okay, they may be gone. We've got a Bluey that we put in our backyard for our kids to see because that way they get to have fun with it. And like, okay, we gotta turn Bluey and Santa off. Um, they may fly away. You definitely got some heavy rain up here in Bedford County, right along 231 would not be the place I'd want to be right now. And so that line, like I said, it's just getting ready. It's like watching the grass grow sometimes, coming across. But like I said, we're still under a severe thunderstorm warning for about another 40 minutes. I'm gonna look real quick off screen. I'm gonna pull up SPC and see if I see anything else. Nope, nothing from them. Sometimes when they have warnings or something, they may issue a very Very, very, very small mesoscale, micro, environment, just to say, hey, watch that. But they don't have anything out right now. So I guess we're looking pretty good right this very second. So just going to kind of watch this for just a minute. You want to sit back, get you some popcorn. Hopefully nothing happens here, but definitely, definitely right there, you can see some strong rain, probably a little bit of hail right there. I'm gonna go back over to Ville data for just a minute. Boy, that's not updated anytime soon, has it? That's 734. A little behind, but Ville just kind of shows me it's kind of a hail tracker, pretty much. It shows where most of that could be. I could do this, yeah. And so what this is kind of goes into the algorithm to look at the density of some of the precipitation falling, and anything that's in the red would say that it's really heavy rain or it could be small hail. So I would definitely say if I coincide that with reflectivity, I would say these areas right here in the purple, that's where you're going to definitely see the hail. May even see it up here a lot more actually, but it's not severe limits. So that's why there's no warning up here in Bedford County. Whereas the main concern and what warranted the warning right here in Franklin and Moore counties is wind. So I'm going to take a second and zoom out here for a second, see a bigger. Sometimes when you get so close in on these things, you really can't see the forest for the trees. But you can go ahead and say, yeah, the National Weather Service in Huntsville has even issued basically they've issued a severe thunderstorm warning basically from this area right here. That's basically in a nutshell almost one big warning. So they're definitely saying there's going to be enough to keep it going. Yeah, you want to see my chat there for a second? Pull it off screen. All right, there we go. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay, so there we go. All right, so again, you can see, close this off. Got a new scan. See what's going on up here. Come back in. Oh, you can definitely see. Yeah, it's one to kind of intensify. It's as far as the intensity of the reflectivity, it's definitely not really showing signs of weakening any. If I check the velocity, it's almost really flattened out. Um, so I would say, honestly, I'd be real careful here. Just I think anything really along this line, we just definitely got to just keep in consideration. I know that what we're looking at here is, oh, did they do it again? Hang on a minute. I've just noticed that Radar Omega has just all of a sudden boop dropped it. So I'm gonna look right here, and this is like I said, this is radar scope, and radar scope still has the severe thunderstorm warning. So must be some issues with some data. There we go, malfunction there because it went off and went back on, and really I don't really see anything that's weakened enough to say, hey, let's cancel the severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, it looks like that line has now. Let's kind of get a new track of this. So it's already passed through Boonville. It's coming up Highway 50 here pretty soon. It's going to be at Jack, and let's see here. It's 751, 754. That's probably pretty much. If I've got any of my people watching from Lynchburg, I would definitely say that it is probably on you right now. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a new track here. All right. So one, two, uh, three, and let's go due east because that's the way it's going. And let me double check and make sure we've got it at 35 miles an hour. Perfect. So it says 803 Lynchburg. I think it may be there even a little bit ahead of time there. If I zoom in, it'll kind of give me more communities here. So according to that 35 miles an hour, it would be at Jack at 803. Um, Lynchburg at 80, well, excuse me, Jack at 8. Lynchburg downtown would be 803. Lois would be 804. Beach Hill would be 811. You've got Pleasant Hill, Ridgeville, 809, 810. Raysville, 811. 818 Center Grove, Pleasant Grove, 820. So in about another 25 minutes or so. That's if it keeps its current track right now. And then any of this, if I want to go ahead and go into Tullahoma because I know I've got a lot of folks there. Let me redo this. So I'm gonna go here, here, then here, and then we're gonna go out like that. There we go. So that'll kind of give you a bigger idea of when things are happening. I love the new track on this. It's pretty sweet. It kind of looks more professional than it used to. So that kind of gives you an idea right there of the timing, and that does do a really good job, like uh, of zooming down here, and we can get more granular here. So looks about 820 there in Tullahoma. Um, Lake Hill would be 825. Oh, see, it's kind of dynamic. It is actually picking up the speed of this, which is pretty cool. Kind of doing its own calculation. So again, that's kind of gives you an idea. I would say for most of us, it's going to be in the next 30 minutes or so before we get over to Deckard. Uh, I've got some folks. I know since my people. Let's see here. Let me kind of zoom in here. Did they just nope, I thought they just did something there. Hang on. Oak Park, Turkey Creek. There we go. I was trying to zoom into my I know we've got like some games going on. I know we've got some basketball games that are coming in. And so I really think that's moving a little faster because it said 8:03. I think that's a little bit off now. All right. I think that's sped up actually. That's not going 35. I want to bump it up to 40 just to kind of get it in line. Because that is not the latest. The line is sped up. Basically, what's happened is that from the initial when it says that it's traveling at 35 miles an hour, it is traveling faster than that. It's already at Lynchburg and it said 8:03, so it's about 5 minutes off. So I would recalculate any of this. So about yeah, see, it's recalculating this stuff now based on the timing. So I would say about 8:15 for the Tullahoma area. But again, no severe thunderstorm warning there. Just going to be some really gusty winds. Again, we're just looking down through here. Nothing that really screams any rotation. I know it still has that possible tag, but you notice I've really kind of stopped talking about this area specifically. It's almost kind of flattened out to where I don't really see anything of a tornado threat. If there would be any of them, it would be more of a straight line wind event. And so, like I said, it is 7:57, 7:58. It is going through Lynchburg right now, right up right up 55. So it's already crossed over there. And at 7:58, it's already through there. So now we're getting into the meat of Moore County. Again, areas that would be in the path of this possible severe wind right now would be Raysville, Pleasant Hill, Bakertown, Hickory Hill, Alois, right there, Marble Hill, Highway 50 going back out toward the dam, Liberty Hill, Champ, and then we're getting down here into parts of very southern Franklin County. So Huntland, it's coming your way. It's not there yet, but Gum Springs it is right there on 64. I was gonna say Kelso, but it's already past them. So just kind of going up and down the line here, kind of looking at these cities. So right, probably into Raysville and Pleasant Hill right now. So, no matter how long you've been here, if you just joined, we've had a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado tag that was issued about 20 minutes ago or so and included more in Franklin counties. And right now, you can see that line as it's making its way through central Moore County as we speak, and then has not crossed over to Franklin County yet. So anybody in the Winchester area or Belvedere or Cowan or Estill, Deckard, Nissan plant, it's not there yet. The line, I mean, basically you see the line. It's pretty. I mean, you can't miss this one. It's a very sharp line here. where we think some severe wind could be. So I'm going to turn the track off. I'm going to go back to reflectivity. Yeah, it looks like we've got some more of that heavier rain kind of positioning itself. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and swap overs because if you did not know, I have a partnership with TUA. I'm allowed to take some of their cameras and put them out there for um, kind of viewing purposes. So what I want to do is I want to see about switching. So I'll go back over to the radar and kind of pinpoint maybe some more of that wind. Let's pull. And so that line is coming into Tullahoma right now. And so our folks with the more the severe risk would be right down in here. So Ridgeville, going back up Cumberland Springs Road there to Tullahoma. 130, you're right. You're getting ready to get hammered with some pretty strong wind. Yeah. My watch just went off and said, "There's a severe thunderstorm warning." Yeah, I knew that. Yes. So, Beach Hill, Liberty Hill, just kind of zoom in here a little bit on the Highway 50 corridor here going into Broadview. Got Herdlow, Lexi, Beach Hill, Brownington, Ridgeville. It's already on top of you. Turkey Creek, it's already on top of you guys as we get closer and closer to Tullahoma. And so, again, it's getting ready. We're getting close to that county line and going over into Franklin County. So, again, it's more of a zoomed out view that you can see what's going on. I'll kind of put it center screen here for you. Just kind of give you a heads up of what's going on. All right. Just checking out some other things. Definitely hear that rain coming in. Let's go over and I'm gonna go over swap. Crazy there for a second. I'm gonna go back here. Kind of look. I do want to say that my people in extreme um western Moore County, this part has already been shaved out of that severe thunderstorm warning. They're going ahead when this storm, the line has kind of passed through. They go through the process of just shaving and trimming and trimming and trimming that severe thunderstorm warning. So definitely coming through Tullahoma right now. I can hear it. Very gusty winds. Just to kind of give you a readout of some of these winds, they're really kind of died down a little bit. You've got some back in here more south that you go, kind of over Kelso area. It's basically the closer you get to the Alabama border, it seems to be where the brunt of everything's happening. So yeah, definitely going through Tullahoma right now. Just looking and seeing up and down the line, again, nothing that's like super duper concerning, but hey, definitely if you're watching, man, um, hit me up if you see something. Um, what I would ask you guys to do, if you're not following me on Facebook, you need to, and you can tag some pictures. Um, of let me know what's going on. That way we can kind of get a bird's eye view, kind of outsourcing. Okay, I can tell you right now that that purple patch is passing right over Tullahoma as we speak. So that would be where any of the hail would be falling. So if you guys are up and down this line, especially in Tullahoma, don't think we're really going to see that more in Franklin County. It seems to be the most dense of the precipitation is right there in those purple shades. All right, and down just south of Ridgeville here. So let's see if I can see something here. Not really. On storm relative velocity. It's a pretty I mean, it has some bowing, but not big bowing. I would say, if you're looking at this line and going, "Okay, where's the strongest winds?" Anytime where you see a little bit pushing out right there. I can hear the leaves outside now. I don't know. I doubt you can pick that up on camera. I mean, camera. My gosh, it's too late, on microphone. But I can definitely hear it. It is coming, what do they say? A gully washer? It is coming a gully washer out here. Yeah, I would say Tullahoma's getting, the most of the heaviest precip, and like I said, this little line with that little Boeing segment, I'm gonna check something right here just for my Franklin County people coming up. I'm gonna look right here, yeah. Like, it's these little things that'll sneak up on you if you're not careful, so, not saying that that's warranting any warning at all yet. But when you look at and this is over around the Lexi Crossroads area, so you can see how there's a little bit of a rotation, like an updraft, that's sucking in that warm air right there. And then when you line that up with velocity, and you see just a little couplet there, right there, right over that Lexi Crossroads area, that's what would warrant that possible tornado tag. And we've had these before. It's not the first time. Getting some hail, that's good. Pea-sized hail at the mall parking lot, good to know. Yeah, we're watching, Ring camera. Oh, yeah. I could imagine. I mean, this is some of the heavier rain we've had. Definitely, if you happen to be out and about, I'm not saying go out and travel in this, but there could likely be, just because of the amount of rainfall that we're gonna get here, over a very short period of time. There could be some ponding on roads. There could be a little bit of flash flood, just in very small spots. That ditch that always overflows, right? Or that part of Jackson Street, if you're in Tullahoma, right there where Walgreens is, it seems to flood somewhat. So just be careful about that if you guys happen to be out and about. I hope you're not. Well, some of you are out and about watching me, which is good. I guess, that's the great thing about YouTube, right? But anyway, so yeah, definitely the heaviest is right over Tullahoma now. Again, Center Grove, you guys are right in that path of the most, heaviest rain and that gusty winds. Right down in here, that's probably where the strongest part is, right just west of Timms Fort State Park. You can see it right there. There's Timms Ford. So we're over lake territory here. You just can't see it. So that area right there, I'm gonna, if it's cool, I'm gonna go back here, velocity. Um, yeah, just right along that line. It's like, where are you at on the map and find it. But definitely Tens Fort Lake area, Pleasant Grove, Estill, it's coming your way. It'll be there probably with the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Probably less than that at this point. I'm just kind of looking down here. Yeah. Not seeing anything specific that I would be okay. From scan to scan, these things kind of change. That doesn't look as impressive that I was looking at a minute ago. It's not near as impressive. That's just kind of the thing. It'll get going, and then that rotation, yeah, it's just not enough. Not enough. I mean, honestly, goodness, we don't. We had a plume of instability that just kind of came up in a couple of soundings, especially when they launched the balloons at 0Z. So real quick, I'll kind of come over here. So anyway, so back to this. I figure I want to go full screen to talk to you for just a second. Did I mute again? I know why I muted again. I got it. There's an issue. I know what it is. I've got to go back and fix that. Sorry. Golly. I don't like Sure Mics all of a sudden. They decided it wanted to mute itself. I didn't touch it, but when I swapped back over to screen, it muted itself. So this is going to be the Ryan Hall portion where he has bugs in the system and he's going to need to figure them out. And that's exactly what I'm going to have to figure out here eventually too. So I don't know what is going on. Anyways, that being said, we should be back to go because my microphone, I've got audio, I've got a signal, so we should be good. So anyways, here we go. Let's see here. Looking back over, well, now we're kind of to the Estel part, and it's kind of interesting, taking a really interesting turn. And again, I just watched Radar Omega go, whoops, it's still got a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. That's why you have two ways to look at the radar. So for whatever reason, it did that thing again where it literally dropped all of that and then it came back. That's very interesting. I'm gonna have a nice chat with Radar Omega. Yeah, yeah, I saw it when it switches screens. There's something about the audio input that I have not changed a thing, but it decided it wanted to mess up. I don't know. Again, I will get all the bugs out. Yeah. Oh, trust me. If you knew me in real life, I mean, I talk loud enough that I could probably bust some eardrums. I've always had that bad habit. But anyway, so looking at it, you're gonna kind of notice. Oh Lord, yeah, let's go all the way out. Um, you can kind of see that view, that nice long line here, in just this one specific area. I go all the way down here to Birmingham, not really seeing anything that's, this is they're getting out of that tornado watch area. It just seems to be north of that tornado watch and really outside the tornado watch. And so this is a good public service announcement while we're just kind of looking at things and we're seeing these winds really come in here. Um, just because we have watches and warnings does not mean storms like to stay within the lines. They're kinda like my lovely daughter that is almost 2 years old, doesn't color within the lines, and sometimes these storms have a bad habit of not staying in the lines either, so it's interesting. We are not under a tornado watch, but we ended up getting the severe thunderstorm warning, outside of that watch, which is it can happen. Estill, yeah, let's see here. Let's do a quick thing. It's 8:14. So Estill, it's probably getting ready to be on top of you now. We're crossing over the 41A corridor right now. Um, yes, I know. A severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin County. I know that. See, my watch is even trying to tell me what to do. And like I said, we're getting let me know, guys. I would like to know this. You guys in the chat while we're kind of just sitting here, let me know where you're from. That would kinda help me too a little bit when I call out your city. I'll know to go look specifically for you guys. Are you Tullahoma folks? Are you Moore County people? Are you Franklin County people? That'd be good to know. I know some of you are there in, Tullahoma. I do know that. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen of stuff offhand. I'm blind as a bat, so I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta zoom in on that." Cool. Rock Creek Road area. Perfect. That's good to know. All right. Well, I can tell you guys, I know Rock Creek Road area very well. I've got family that's lived in that vicinity for a very long time. So Rock Creek Road is right there. So it just depends on what side of Rock Creek Road you're on. If you are, I mean, this was probably be at the Gall Street Eastbrook. It's probably already past the school at this point. Yeah, Estill, yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, I'm sorry at this thing. I keep looking at myself in review and it's like zooming in and zooming out. It's just the mouse I'm having to get used to. I got a new mouse. So yeah, Estill, it's definitely on you right now. Absolutely. Um, yeah, good. Coffee County right off 55. I know where you're at. I know where that's at. Well, the good thing you guys right now, just so you guys know, as I appreciate you tuning in, first of all. Our Tullahoma people, man, we're good. It's over at the base right now. That would be where, in Coffee County, it's there. But if we get back where the severe thunderstorm warning is, it is basically over Estill and then points south at this point. So Winchester, it's not got to you yet. It's barreling down Highway 50. It's getting there. Let's go all the way down. My Huntland people, all right? It's right at your doorstep too. So if we kind of pan out right here just to keep it in full screen, where are you at on the map? And that's exactly, right in this line. And just so you guys know, when this line goes through, we're done. That's it. We don't have to worry about it anymore. So we still have a couple more minutes. I'm going to see if they've done anything to update the severe thunderstorm warning. They've got 11 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's going to take more than 11 minutes for this line to get out of here. So I'm going to be interested to see, do they keep the severe thunderstorm warning? Do they allow it to expire? Do they trim some off and extend it further up toward the mountain, toward the Mont Eagle area? Be interesting to see. I'm going to see real quick in the description. Have they changed the speed of it? Yep, I told you it wasn't going 35 miles an hour anymore. And so got to keep in mind this scan is 5 minutes old. So I would assume way past Estill at this point. And let me go over to reflectivity. Yeah, see where that line's at? Okay. And so here's a couple things that I'm noticing that you're going to miss because that scan is old right now. Is that little bit of turn right here before Belvedere, a little bit of a turn right here just west of Estill. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go back over to velocity, see if it's been updated at all. That's just part of it. It takes some minutes for this to happen. Perfect. It has. So that is a minute old now. And so really Winchester, it's on top of you already. Huntland, it's already on top of you guys. Um, so real quick, I'm gonna just do a real quick scan and just kind of go, what's gonna allow me? Get better at this now. 1, 2, 3. Just make it go due east. That's all I really care about is that area right there. All right. So there you go. There's your answer. So I mean, Deckard, it's going to be on you in just a minute. Cowan community going to be about 8:30. I know I've got some people down here. Um, Liberty 8:26. Keith Springs up on the mountain. You're at 8:31. Hickory Grove at 8:38. Three Forks at 8:35. South City 8:36. And that's really where I would even stop it because that's where the severe thunderstorm warning kind of stops. So there's your times right there. That would be most current, which is perfect. That seems to be in a good line. Alto going up 64 toward Pelham. It's going to be 8:37. The northern extent there of Franklin County as you're going toward I-24. And that's it. So I would say if you're in Estill, you're all clear. Anybody Estill to the west, Pleasant Grove, Center Grove, Ridgeville, Lynchburg, you're not even in the severe thunderstorm warning now. They've trimmed you guys out. Belvedere, it just passed through. Huntland, it's passed through. Winchester, let's see here. It's probably on you right now on passing through. Essel Spring near the police station, some bad trees down. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Yes. So, definitely somebody just asked, is this the what? Sorry, I know you're watching the screen go cray cray. Hang on. Yeah, well, it was kind of, so I'm just trying to answer yeah, Heather. It wasn't supposed to be this bad. It was up and down all day, and then some soundings showed. I know. Watch. Sorry, my screen's going crazy. And some soundings showed that we had a little bit severe weather. But you guys at the drive-in, it's already past you. You're clear. So once that gust of wind comes through your place, you're done. So, so we got some trees down in Estill near the police station. So that'd be right there at 41. Um, Hey, no problem. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to help. That's kind of why I decided to kind of make this a passion and um crazy enough to go back to school at 40 years old. But to study the weather, but I love it. I've always loved it. So the good thing is that it looks like we do have some trees down, so we have some damage to maybe to report, but it looks like any of that severe weather stuff is really getting ready to exit the area. So that's the good news. So Winchester, Deckard area, you're getting hit right now. If you're not always, oh yes, absolutely, I need to do this. I actually have access to a camera here. You can't just show every camera. You're not supposed to. People do that, and I should have already had this turned on. Oh yeah, there you go. Is it not gonna zoom in for me? Oh, it's okay, hang on a minute. There we go. Screen real quick and turn this off. Kind of show you. Not much to see there other than it looks like you're driving into some snow. That's what it looks like. But I mean that line is right there at the Franklin County EMA. And so again, we've got definitely some gusty winds that have come through as expected. When you have that cold front and you've got these winds that are coming in from the south, and you've got these winds pushing in, coming in from the west. Definitely what signals kind of some of the severe weather. So again, we're getting, like I said, we're getting really close to calling it a night because it looks like most of the people that are on here, it's already past them. So I'm gonna let it at least go through Deckard here and just do one more track. So to kind of give you an idea of how close we're talking about, we are definitely Winchester proper, and that's a very old. No, wait a minute. I can't read. Yeah, that is a very old scan now. It's taking it a while to update. And so basically the easiest thing to do is just look at where this line's at, and that is where the wind's going to be. So basically, if you live on the right side of that line, it's not hit you yet. If you're over here on the left side, you're all good. You're good. You're in the clear, actually. The worst of it is right there on the onset of that line coming through. So thank you. I'm a W. That's right. I'm tough. That's what my kids say. I'm tough. So just kind of zoom out here, and you can tell it looks like more of that heavy stuff ended up going a little bit north up by 24, and you can definitely see right here where there's a lot of strength in the storm. And I just heard the first thunderclap. And that's something I've really heard. Either that or a tree fell down outside, and I just don't have to go look. But I did definitely hear something outside my house. Sounded like thunder there for a second. So, anyways, yeah, it's getting ready to go to the airport. Let me do this. I think I can turn some. Let's turn some METARs on. Let's see if I can do that. Data relays. Talking to myself. See if I'm gonna be able to get any wind speeds. Yeah, they're not gonna give you any. See, Tullahoma, 21 mile an hour. It's not giving me any right there. Okay, that's great. I thought we could get some wind speeds right there at the airport so we could see what's going on. The wind is undefined. That means it does not know what it's doing. That probably means they don't have an anemometer. Uh-oh, what could that possibly be? Oh, I know what they did. You can hear the NOAA weather radio in the background, I'm sure. I'm gonna talk over the NOAA weather radio voice instead of me going to turn it off. But what they've decided to do is, since this was going to end, I told you guys they had a decision to make, and what they're gonna go ahead and say is they are just gonna go ahead and include all of Franklin County right here and all the way to the state line. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Don't do that. That happens when I'm trying to teach at school. They have decided to go ahead and say, man, it's fixed to be bad all the way to Georgia. Woo. Rough. At that. Well, the good thing is this is fixing to go out of really where most people are watching. So and they're still putting that tornado possible tag on it too. And it's getting really close to the radar site. Let me turn let me turn that off. I'm just listening to what they're saying, and they said most of the damage has been down here in Alabama. There it is. So the other one's officially expired at 8:30. And so they've, like I said, they've reissued it. They'll go ahead and start trimming this out. I'm surprised that they still left this in and trimmed. They'll start trimming the backside of that off. So I would say if you're a Winchester, even Deckard, I mean, the only bigger city really that has been left to be hit that I would even cover was Cowan. So um, everything else, Winchester on back. Deckard, Estill, all of Franklin County, pretty much, unless you're Cowan in the extreme southern side down here. Um, Definitely got some gusty winds there because here's the radar site in High Top right here. All right, so let me turn that back on. Well, I guess I can turn it back on. There we go. It's really, really catching some stuff really close to the radar there. And so that looks to be, yeah, you can see that's probably where the strongest part of the storm is. It's really extreme southern Franklin County. Definitely some heavy rain coming through. I mean, just because the wind's died down, well, the rain hasn't. And so, again, looks like to me I'm going to stay on here just a couple more minutes and I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So if you've been watching, I appreciate that. We've been looking at live coverage of severe weather that has brought a couple of trees down in some areas in Estill Springs. Otherwise, haven't heard anything just yet. But we've got severe thunderstorm warnings out still for portions of Franklin County. Really and truthfully, it's going to be that line right there from Cowan. So we're looking more at the eastern side of Franklin County as they begin to trim this line back off. And so really Huntland, you've surpassed all of this. Belvedere, Winchester, Broadview, Estill, any part of Moore County has already been gone out of that a long time ago. So again, Cowan, you're fixing to get it right this very second. Like I said, I've got some people out there in Cowan that follow the page. I appreciate that very much. Um, and so again, that's going to be probably the last of it here. So I'm going to let it get through Cowan. The velocity's not caught up yet. There we go. That's just about 4 minutes old. Mm. So that's what your line looks like right there. Um, Kind of a little broken. There's some areas down here. Like I said, it seems to be down here is where you get a little bit more activity going on. As you see some parts of not necessarily weaker rotation, but it's parts that I would be looking at. But again, that's not us. It does not matter. That's not us at all. And so, Cowan, I would say at this point, it is really past you. There we go. So I'm going to zoom out real quick, show you one more thing, and then I'm going to get off of here for tonight. So the bigger picture is, really and truthfully, let's see. What's ended up happening is this line right here was signifying the cold front, and it really died down. And so I don't know if it's going to be updated enough for me to show you this, but I will go ahead and turn it on to see if we can see where that front is. Yeah, 3 hours ago it was right there, and so it has moved way beyond that. So that cold front is on its way through, and so we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid 40s. Oh my gracious alive! Here we go again. Definitely a yo-yo of weather to say the least. Again, if you do not like, oh, look at there, they popped up something over here. Interesting, a tornado possible tag. Not that that's for us, but that's the first time anything north of us. Yeah, you can kind of see that too, where it's pushed its boat out, showing a little strengthening right there. It's just hitting untapped territory that's not been there. And so this would be the extent of the marginal risk anyway up there. So I'm gonna make sure. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna go to webcam. Hang on. It's my mic's not gonna work, but I'm gonna fix it. Check, check. See, told you, got it to work now. Just had to swap a couple of things over. So thank you guys for watching in. I'm just glad that I could help you guys through a little, probably some of the roughest storms that we've had in quite a while. Most of everything we've had is really fizzled, as of late. And so, guys, just stay safe out there. Just be careful if you have to be out and about. And as always, you haven't given me a follow on the socials, please do. I try to keep Tullahoma, Franklin, and Moore County safe any times of severe weather. So we're glad to offer that service to you guys. So just stay safe and stay tuned. And as always, hey, I'll be watching the weather. I'll keep you advised.